This is Cody with Liquid Laboratory Studio. Today we'll show you how not to crash your new Mavic Pro drone. The first thing you want to do is inspect the aircraft. You're going to look at the outer housing and the seams. You look for any kinds of cracks or damage from flying or being stepped on. Looks pretty good. Then you're going to check the actual mobility of the arms and legs. You want to close them completely. So those are decent. And then look for any kind of missing screws on it. So all the screws are there. So now we're going to move on to the antennas. You want to inspect the antennas. Make sure they're secure. Inside here you actually have the antenna, and it's generally facing down. They're somewhat parallel, and it kind of depends on the distance it's moving. So what a lot of people don't know is actually with antennas you want them to be parallel to each other, kind of at this angle. It's going to send the signal up to it. So that's your maximum signal. The minimal signal is actually whenever these are facing direct each other. There's no surface area. So what's going to happen as the aircraft changes, the position changes. So you're going to actually want to reposition them. If it's going to be near you, you can actually put them at a 45-degree angle and it'll work. Further away, you would want them actually as parallel as you can get, like sticking straight out. Parallel as you can get, okay? Next thing you want to do is we're going to check the battery. Okay, push it. We got 4 bars, it's generally pretty good. And then push it in, make sure it's seated. Over here, check the controller, it's 99%. And see the antennas on here are still attached and good to go. Alright, so next you want to inspect the blades. This is the leading edge, which is the fat edge, and this is the trailing edge, the thin edge. It pushes the air underneath it for lift. So look for any kind of cracks, breaks, or damage. These are made out of a carbon fiber, which means they're very brittle. If they strike even a thin branch, they can actually crack and send the aircraft plummeting into the ground. So another consideration. They're basically hardened. So if you look over here, you want to test the flexibility of these blades. Okay. Next thing, you want to make sure they're properly seated. You can kind of just twist them. If you look at them, this has no circle on it, and this one has a circle on it. And you'll line them up actually. This is white circle on white, and then black on black. With these blades, before you fly the aircraft, you want to actually extend them fully out. You don't want a blade getting locked in place like this. It's going to send the aircraft off. Okay, next. You want to inspect the gimbal here. You have to remove these clamps every time you fly it. You'll get a gimbal overload code. So take a look, make sure everything's good. It moves freely. And before it takes off, it's actually going to do a gimbal range calibration. It'll move all the way over on one axis, and it'll move the very opposite direction, and it will center down and then move back forward. Next thing you want to do is you'll go into the app settings, and you're going to check out the IMU, which is basically the motion sensors and tells the direction. Then you also want to, you can do a calibration of the visual sensors. In the app it'll tell you when they're ready. And there's also 2 visual sensors down here with a sonar on the bottom. Inside here, everything's redundant. So you have 2 compasses and 2 satellite systems. The satellite systems is GPS and Glossus, basically the Russian version. First thing you want to do is enter the app. Power on the aircraft, push once and hold. Push once and hold on the controller. It'll connect. Right now the gimbal is doing its test. It's doing basic checks. I'm going to go and fly. And right now it's picking up satellites. Picking up satellites. Alright, it's ready to go. I'm going to push the sticks down, lock it up. Hover. Testing the resistance. Go back over. Spin it. Up and away. Thank you for watching. Click here to subscribe.